Hello everybody! Hi. It should be no surprise at this point that I can't ever stay away from the Metroid series for very long, and recently I've been called back again by Proto-L in my comments section to investigate the lore of this series, and I think it's about time we got to the bottom of this. So, what's the deal with Kraid, and why was he in Dread? Okay, to kick it off, let's establish that Kraid is a space pirate. This is something we've known as far back as the first Metroid game, because he and Ridley are both to be defeated before you can destroy Mother Brain. The events of the first Metroid game are actually covered in the Metroid manga as well. Here we can see that Mother Brain refers to Kraid as being Ridley's comrade. The reason this is important is obviously because Ridley holds the highest position of power among the space pirates underneath Mother Brain that we've ever seen in the series. It's pretty clear from this evidence that Kraid is one of Mother Brain's right-hand men, even though his rank has never been explicitly mentioned. He's also been referred to as the ruler of Brinstar, which might be where his powerful position stems from. Moving beyond the first game in the series, we can look to Metroid Prime 1. While Meta Ridley made his debut in this game, Kraid was never actually to be seen. But while looking around online, I discovered that Kraid was actually meant to be a boss in this game. For whatever reason, he was cut from the final product, as we know, but there is still text in the manual talking about him. After Samus blew up Mother Brain in Metroid 1, we get this text. The space pirates were far from finished. They immediately split their survivors into two main camps. One headed to Zebes to begin rebuilding their ravaged facility and resuscitating Mother Brain, Ridley, and Kraid. The second set out in search of a planet with powerful energy resources. With this information, we can now assume that this is why Mother Brain returns in Super Metroid, why Ridley returns in Prime series as a cyborg, and why Kraid is still alive at this point. But now we're at Super Metroid, and once you find this revived Kraid, yeah, you kill him. So what happened between Super Metroid and Metroid Dread? Well, we can see both in Metroid Dread and Super Metroid that these mini Kraid creatures exist. Whether this is more creatures of Kraid's race, or clones, or whatever, has never been officially revealed to my knowledge. But it seems like it's going to be pretty easy for the space pirates to simply resuscitate him again. This could be a lazy explanation, or an explanation that exists simply to cover a gap in information, and that's because it is. But I choose to believe that if they revived him once via Mini Kraid, they could probably do it again via Mini Kraid number 2. The only step we have absolutely no evidence to support is how the third version of Kraid went from the hands of the space pirates into the captivity of Ravenbeak's Mockin tribe. Perhaps the Mockin were actually the ones to revive him this time around, and they only needed to chain him up to control him once he'd become powerful enough to pose a threat. Honestly, it's a little shaky. In fact, in the 6th Metroid Dread report, we can see that this boss is labeled as a giant monster that appears to be Kraid. Somehow this little line of text raises more questions in my head than answers. But that's all of the official material that we actually have on Kraid. He's not been nearly as fleshed out as Ridley has, but he's still really cool, and I do think the ruler of Brinstar deserves to get his respect. Let me know what you think about Kraid in the comments below. I loved finding out more about Kraid for this video, and even though the reason for his inclusion can only really be speculated right now, I'm pretty sure there isn't much more to it than we talked about today. But that's the end of the video. Subscribe if you like this style of content, or Metroid content in general. As for now, my name is Myloe, and I'm out.